This week in post, finding and correcting color casts. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In Post. Thanks for joining me. It's going to be a pretty quick, targeted tutorial today. Something I realized that I was doing as I was processing a photo from Sunrise Peak in South Korea. I shared some footage earlier this week on In the Field, and it's a pretty straightforward technique, but I thought it was worth putting together a video for. So let's have a look at the photo here. This is my near complete photo, but when I first started the photo, here's the base photo. You can see it was very dark, and it had this pretty deep cast, a blue color cast. Now the blue color cast is pretty darn obvious in this photo, but I want to show you a technique that'll help you identify particular color casts, at least ones that are suggestive of a particular correction that we can make. So over here in the basic panel, I'm going to grab the white balance picker. And this is one of the first things I'll do in the scene is I'm looking for something neutral. It says in the Lightroom, this is pick a neutral target. Now what I'm watching are the three numbers at the bottom. You've got your RGB values. You've got red, green, blue. In this case, red and green are pretty close to each other. Blue is notably higher, a few points higher. I move to a different spot, kind of the same situation. Over in this area, once again, red and green are very close to each other. That's a great neutral for red and green. Blue is high. And so as I do the same thing all over the scene, the blue value is much higher than everything else. That is a clear suggestion of a color cast, and it gives us a clear way to correct it with a curve. So I'll just pick a neutral that was out over in the gray area of the rock here, just for sake of argument. This is going to get overridden in a moment when I go to this next snapshot. So we'll go to the color cast here, and we can see I've made this correction. So base photo looked like this, and then the color cast kind of shifted that a little bit. Well, what happened? What did we do? In the tone curve, here is the blue channel, so I can open up all these different colors here. And notice I've just pulled down ever so slightly, reducing the amount of blue before and after. And there's no perfect curve that will correct every color cast. What I will tend to do is look for the major spike that is in the blue area. And this scene has a lot of shadow in it, so it's not surprising the blues are here. And just kind of position a dot there and just tug it down. And I'm going to push really far, and you can see this will get very, very warm and just not so great. It's going to get a yellow cast here because I'm taking away blue, means I'm adding yellow. And you just start working this curve a little bit until you've edged off the blue overtones to your liking. Undo that to return to my previous curve. And we can even sanity check that with our picker now. And so now we can see that the blue number there is much more in line with the red and the green. Now, often they're never going to line up perfectly unless you're shooting with a gray card, but you want them to be within a reasonable tolerance level, a few percentage points or something like that. And so all of these areas now are much more in line, and they're not obviously shifted blue. Well, the tip of the week is just that, using the white balance picker in combination with your color curve to fix up color cast. Pretty straightforward technique, and I think it'll click with you straight away. That's going to do it for this video. If you've enjoyed this, share it with a friend, your local camera club. Leave comments below if you got other questions about it, or in general, if you got photography questions, love to hear from you. Until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting.